It's supposed to be a flashback Friday, but it's Sunday, so things got in the way of getting over the cold. Didn't make it anyways. I don't know if you noticed, but my Fridays, my 980s are done on payday Friday because that's the day I work, and I'll work the other one. And what I wanted to send out was something I've already sent out previously on scene safety. Scene safety has interested me for well over 20 years. And there's so many different fingers to it, so many different things related to it. And I've kind of made it a mission to go out and ask people about it and learn and to gather stuff, gather things related. Again, it fascinated me. So yeah, I'm very much in the weeds on this one. But you're going to see that I'm sending you out information I sent you months ago on this, and it's pretty long. So I wanted to break it down into 3 things I think are the most critical out of all the stuff in the emails that I've sent you. And the reason for this is that we've had some protests, an increase in protests recently because of the war in the Middle East, and we've also actually had an incident, and Wellsby did a really good job of providing a hot wash to all of us, and I think that brought on some things, or reminded me of a couple things that I think you can hit on that if you take out to your crews, I think would be very beneficial. I think it's like kind of the big 3, and really it's visibility, contact and cover, and environment. So visibility, what that means is that there's a reason, and if you look on the Asher or active shooter hostile event job aid that's on CAD, it talks about wearing a brush coat and a red coat, and that came from our law enforcement partners. And there's 2 schools of thought, and I've had the fortunate. I've been lucky enough to debate this with people from all across the country because there are 2 schools of thought: subdued or being visible. And never say never, never say always, but I'd be happy if somebody can change my mind. But this is one of those things where I really feel that being visible is way better than not. And I'm going to tell you why. So first off, for you, we're going to talk about contact and cover for a company officer or chief officer to be able to see his crews. If things go sideways, you want to know where everyone is at. Same thing with law enforcement. If law enforcement's there protecting us, they want to be able to see where we are so they can get us out. Imagine if this turns into a street brawl. They need to be able to see where we are so that they can extricate us, rescue us from that event. And the other part of this is that you should never say never. We try to do things that work on all calls, and visibility works on all calls. It's no different than going on a medical call at somebody's house. We want to be able to see where our crews are when we're maintaining contact and cover. And it's easier to do that when you can actually see them. And there really hasn't been proven any benefit of hiding out like full-on stealth care. That means they're not going to shoot you because they can't see you. There's no proof of any of that. And it does not outweigh the fact that we need to be seen by each other. And I'll give you an example. This is real quick. There's 2 firefighters in this picture. So I don't know if you saw the 2 firefighters. I bet one of them stood out pretty quick. Stood out pretty quick. The other one, not so much, because one's in turnout coats and one's in just body armor and a uniform. And if you look at it again, you can see one is in turnout, or sorry, not turnouts, a brush coat, and the other one is in body armor and more subdued. This, again, came from our law partners. They wanted to be able to see us and to be able to see us and stick out so that they can make rescues of us. And also using this, so what would you do on a regular single-family home? You come into my house right now and do a medical on me. Are you going to come in like some, difficulty breathing ghillie suit where you come in wearing like a bedspread and you got tissue paper on it and you're all stealthy and nobody can see you? That doesn't make any sense. And I'd love, I don't want to dig too deep into this. I'm telling you, visibility is way more important than being stealth. So feel free to, again, call me up. I'd love to debate that with you more. I haven't found anybody that's changed my mind yet, and I am very open to it. I'd love to get a really good reason not to do it that way. But visibility, because that leads to the next part, which is contact and cover. Contact and cover is a simple process. It's a simple skill we should be using on every call we go on. And contact cover is this. People making contact with the patient, they're putting out the vehicle fire, they're doing whatever it is. They are heads down, focused on the job at hand. Somebody needs to step back, usually a company officer or a chief officer, that's maintaining situational awareness of what's going on around them. What is happening around? What's changing? What's staying the same? Their head's on a swivel, that type of thing, and they're watching. And you can't do that when you're head down in the event. Now, I get it. You're going to go, yeah, but I got to get the EPCR. That's a cop-out. Yes, you have to get the EPCR done. And every call is different on how much you can get on scene. If you came to my house right now, has difficulty breathing, you could probably fill the whole EPCR out and still maintain pretty good contact and cover because of the threat involved. And there are some times when you may want to just write down the name and date of birth on your glove, and that's the most you're going to get out of that because you're too busy maintaining situation awareness. You're too busy maintaining that cover. So again, that's a cop-out. There's nothing more important than doing the job, and part of that job is maintaining that situation awareness. So contact and cover, we should use it on every call we go on, not just the big ones. We should be using it in the street when we go on calls. I went on a TC the other day, and I happened to be coming up the grade, and there was a captain, and we had no CHP there. My car was the only car blocking. We were waiting for a truck to get up and block it, and I watched until that ladder truck and more CHP officers got there. The captain was really intent on watching what was going on. As soon as more things started arriving, you could see that he was more comfortable looking down and kind of not, again, we don't want to get into the weeds. We don't want to get head down, but again, looking. So contact cover. And then the third thing is environment. Patient's condition does not dictate where we do care. The environment does. We don't have the tools, skills, and abilities to totally control the environment. For us, the best thing is to move that patient. If you can't control an environment and the environment's not comfortable, move them. It could be as simple as saying, I don't like the bedroom, too much stuff in the bedroom, I'm moving into the living room. It could mean, I don't like the house, I'm going to move to the ambulance out front. It could mean going up on scene and right away controlling major hemorrhage, the little bit that you need to do, and putting them in the ambulance and leaving. And maybe you drive down the street and continue care there. Or maybe, how about this novel idea? You continue to the hospital and you get on and go, hey, look, Las Robles, we're en route to your facility within 2 minutes. We had to leave the scene due to safety. We're still in the process of conducting an evaluation, an assessment. Here's what I have. And if they give me any grief, come back to me, because that is something we should and could and will do when it comes to maintaining safety for us and the patients. So just again, visibility, contact and cover, and environment. You control it. You move them out of the